December the 14th City Council meeting. If you got your cell phones on, please turn them down or off. Also, council, be sure you talk into your mics. And at this time, we're going to stand and we're going to let Mr. Prince give us the invocation.
Let us bow. Father, we thank you for the opportunity to gather to conduct business for this city and the citizens. We ask now for your wisdom, for your guidance. And Father, when it's all said and done, Lord, help us to agree to disagree, but yet fellowship and follow in love with getting things accomplished. It's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Remain standing. We're going to do the Pledge of Allegiance.
They turned it off.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Gentlemen, I need a motion to approve the agenda. Do I hear a motion?
Can't hear you.
Oh, sorry. I need a motion to approve the agenda.
Before that, I would like to put out a potential addition to the agenda. Item 7, special call meeting for the purposes of a city council selection process. So can I add that to discuss? Special call meeting, city manager selection process.
Do I hear a motion and a second to that? You making the motion?
I'll say motion.
I need a second. Second. All in favor, raise your hand. So carried by all. We need to approve the minutes of the November 23rd, 2015 regular meeting. Do I hear a motion to approve it?
Motion to approve the minutes.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor, raise your hand. So carried by all. Do we have any old business? Any from the council? New business, monthly fire department report. Ask our chief to come up.
Good evening.
Good evening.
We had 36 calls for the month of November, 22 inside the city, 14 out in the county. First time I ever recall, we didn't have any type of structure fire of any sort, big or small. Brush fires was out quite a bit, 3 for the month. We only have one one LP gas leak out in the county. We had 13 life support calls and 7 vehicle accidents. 3 electronic alarms. I did have 1 fire drill down in Alcoa. Checked smoke in 3 areas. 5 different areas and 3 light landings.
Okay. You got any questions from the council? All right, Carl, thank you.
Thank you.
Next on the agenda is monthly police department report. Ms. Becky.
For the month of November, we patrolled 13,614 miles, used 11,119 gallons of gas, answered 1,085 calls, and worked 26 wrecks.
Any questions from council?
I want just a correction, just because that tape in the minutes, 1,100 gallons of
Oh,
gas.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Somebody come back and say 11,000 gallons.
Thank you, Ms. Becky. Okay, next thing on the agenda is to approve the monthly bills from November 23rd through December the 14th. You got them there in front of you.
And everything's okay.
I'll make a motion to approve the monthly bills.
Got a motion to approve. Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor, raise your hand. So carried by all. Okay, number 4, approved to install street light on 60 pole on corner of Foster Street and 3rd Avenue near ASCS office.
Okay, and Mr. Charles is here. And that's, we carried Mr. Dennis Giddens around with us the other day, and that's where he suggested we put one.
Perfect.
And so he'll get right on it, the way he talks.
That light's gonna cover the back door where they go in and out.
Exactly.
That's where we're gonna put it at.
So,
Okay?
Thank you very much for doing that.
Okay, I need a motion to approve to install the street light. Do I hear a motion?
I make a motion we do it.
I got a motion to approve it. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second, all in favor, raise your hand. So carried by all.
Thank you.
You're welcome, sir. Okay, 2016 proposed budget and a,
okay. And y'all all have a copy of the budget, and take it home, look over it. If you have any questions or want to come by, Ms. Ivor and I will sit down with you, and so we can be ready to pass it at the next meeting. And y'all should have a copy. And then also, we have given you a plan. We've been talking about retirement for the city employees, and we would like for you to look at the information that we have typed up to give y'all about the retirement. So if you will, look at that too, so we will be able to talk about it at the next meeting.
Could you explain the rule of 90 so that we...
Ms. Evelyn has worked on this, so Ms. Evelyn, you want to explain it?
Yes, it is age plus years of service.
Can't hear you.
It's age plus years of service. Yes, I think I gave an example on there where if you come to work here at age 25, you work 32 and a half years, and then you also have become 32 years older, and a half years older, and that will equal 90. And then you can retire at that after you reach 90 at whatever age you are, which will be 57 and a half for that particular age if you were to come at that time.
And Ms. Evelyn we've already done some study too.
I
Next
saw
sheet,
that.
be some study on it too.
Okay, so you're saying my number of years
Years
of service
of
and my
plus age.
age equals 90 would make me 90 years old.
No.
No.
What is the 90?
If you're 25 and you come to work here, you work 32 and a half years, you will be 57 and a half years old. And then you would also have worked 32 and a half years.
Okay.
So that equals 90.
So once you hit
90.
90, you qualify for retirement.
Right.
Once you hit the 90 number.
Oh, the 90 number.
The 90 number.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Like she did.
Yeah, I understood. I just didn't know what the 90.
Yeah.
Yeah, once you hit the 90 number, you're eligible for retirement at whatever age you are at that time.
Okay.
Okay, y'all will study both of those so we'll be ready at them. And if you'll just let us know, come down on one-on-one and we'll go over the budget and the retirement with you.
Okay.
Any more questions? And we go to the roundabout, Ms. B.
That was Ms. Rita has the resolution.
Right, I've drafted a resolution for your consideration. You have already voted to go forward with the roundabout. This specifically states the reason for the roundabout and refers to past council meetings and present plans that have been drawn up. The spec,
Rita, we really can't hear you, I'm sorry.
the spec plan by the Department of Transportation and the plans that have been drawn up by Hofstadter and Associates. So it adopts the plans and now allows me to go forward with pursuing the right-of-ways that are necessary for the roundabout. And could you read it for the record?
The resolution.
Unless any of y'all have any questions. Do you have any questions? You don't have to ask them now, or you can wait till she reads it.
Whereas the city of Eastman is empowered to acquire, construct, operate, and maintain public ways and public improvement inside the city and to regulate the use thereof, and for such other public purposes, property may be condemned under procedures established under general law applicable or as further provided. And whereas it has been determined by the Council of the City of Eastman that there is a public necessity to develop, improve, and promote the roadways for the public good, general welfare, and safety due to traffic congestion at the area of Legion Drive and Griffin Avenue. And whereas the City of Eastman has further considered that traffic congestion at the area of Legion Drive and Griffin Avenue adversely affects public safety and public access to the existing businesses in the area of Legion Drive and Griffin Avenue, including but not limited to Walmart, the Dodge County Hospital, medical-related businesses, and other commercial establishments in the area. And whereas the City of Eastman has considered this project at several council meetings, including but not limited to this date, and has accepted comments from the public and considered them. And whereas the City of Eastman has consulted with the Georgia Department of Transportation and is relying upon their recommendations, and the City of Eastman has determined with the recommendations of the Georgia Department of Transportation that the construction of a roundabout at the intersection of Legion Drive and Griffin Avenue is in the best interest, as it will best promote the safety of motorists and movement of public in that area. And whereas the City of Eastman acknowledges and is relying on the financial commitment from the Georgia Department of Transportation in completing this project, and whereas this resolution follows the City of Eastman hosting a public information meeting on this day with the assistance of the Georgia Department of Transportation. And whereas the City of Eastman has determined that in order to implement the purposes set forth herein, that it is necessary to acquire such easements and or right-of-ways as are necessary for the construction and maintenance of said roundabout, as are described herein and identified on the attached Exhibit A that is incorporated herein by reference as if fully set forth herein. And now therefore be it resolved that the City Council of the City of Eastman finds that such easements and or right-of-ways should be immediately acquired so as to provide safe and accessible roadways for the public, and that such action is necessary to accomplish the purposes set forth herein, and that they be commenced. So resolved this 14th day of December 2015.
Do I have any questions?
All right, now, this is just, what is this giving you permission? I reckon I still got a question. How much is this gonna cost us, this roundabout? I mean, I reckon if we vote on this resolution, and you're going to get easements and stuff and all, is this to see how much it's gonna cost us to get on? Or is this giving a go-ahead to vote to build the roundabout? Or, I reckon, like I said, the bottom line is like, where does this take us to where we come up with, is this roundabout gonna cost $350,000? Is it gonna cost $400,000, $500,000? What does this voting on tonight do? Is this more of an easement fact finding, moving ahead, or what? Where are we going from here, or what?
Can we finish? The Exhibit A is, what is attached is the plans that have been drawn by the engineer, so that we actually have the number of feet and square feet that we need to acquire for purposes of building the roundabout. So this will authorize me, or authorize y'all to go forward, the council to go forward and try to acquire those right-of-ways that are necessary. if any additional monies have to be spent on acquiring the roundabouts, it'll come back before the council. To answer one of your questions on how much it will cost, I don't know the answer to that. I don't think, we won't know the answer to that until I'm able to go forward with the number of square feet that are required, to have it appraised, to approach the property landowner. Possibly we'll be able to move forward with obtaining the right-of-ways by contribution, which was originally planned or contemplated by Georgia DOT when they first started this project some time ago, a couple of years ago. So we've got the plans in place at this point with the engineer and with the DOT working together. So this will allow me to go forward with that, or the council to go forward with that. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, I think so.
Any more questions? Okay, so I need a motion to accept this resolution.
I move that we accept the resolution.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor, raise your hand. So carry by all. Down to the city manager report, Ms. Baker.
We have one other item.
Oh, I'm sorry, I got ready, I couldn't. Call meeting for city manager Milton, being you added it on, we're gonna
Sure.
let you.
Well, thank you all for getting your applicant rating sheets back in. The city clerk has taken all of those for us and added them up and averaged it out to help us get a kind of a ranking on which candidate ranks where. In having that, I feel that we may be at the process where we can go ahead and look at scheduling a special call meeting where we can then look to go into executive session for those interviews. And I just wanted to see if that's something that we might can do this week. Give it enough leeway to advertise to the interviewees, but see if that's something we might can go ahead and schedule and move this process along. Again, our current city manager is looking to step away at the 31st if she can begin retirement then. So it's just been my mission is to keep this moving along. I respect her on that part. I was potentially looking at this coming Friday. I don't know how that works for your schedules.
What time?
We're talking about, I guess, there seems to be a good amount of separation between the top two candidates. So my recommendation is to move forward with the top 3 candidates. So, 30-45 minutes of interview, probably looking at about 3.5 hours maybe.
What time are you talking about start?
Oh, I didn't have a time. What works for you guys?
Well, I'm playing Santa Claus at 6 o'clock Friday night.
Oh, we can get you out of it.
We gotta do something on Friday. I got something planned.
You got some Friday earlier in the week?
Yeah,
that'd be fine.
Anytime, other than Friday night.
Thursday.
Fine with me.
Thursday,
What about you,
fine.
buddy?
Do Thursday afternoon, 2 to 5.
That'll work for me.
What day is that?
17.
17.
So we have a special call meeting.
Okay, do I hear a motion that we approve the call meeting for December 17th at 2 or 2:30?
2 p.m.
2 o'clock. 2 to 5. Do I hear that motion? Milton?
Off that motion.
Go ahead and say it, Milton. so we know.
I move that we schedule a special call meeting for the city manager selection process for Thursday, December 17th, beginning at 2 p.m.
Okay, do I hear a second? Got a second? All in favor, raise your hand. So carried by all. Now, city manager report.
And I don't have much, just want to remind you of the Christmas luncheon, which is Monday, December 21st, 2015, at 12 o'clock p.m. Hope everybody can be here.
Anything else?
That's it.
Okay, we'll go down to other business from council. Mr. Prince.
I don't have anything. Coming to the end of the year, I would like to thank the council and the city and all for how we work together. I would say to the community and encourage them to come to the meetings. And if they have concerns in their area, to contact their representative. But come to the meeting and express their concerns. And don't wait until we plan to do something and then say, oh, we didn't know. So you can get more information, but at least come once every 2 or 3 months just to check it out. Thank you.
Hey, Milton?
I don't have any.
Bobby?
No.
Buddy? Me? No? All participation. Anybody like to come up and speak? Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
No, please go ahead, John.
Charles, you got 3 minutes.
Thank you, sir. I can do it much less time, but I'll take that if you'd like to. Mr. Chairman and members of the council, it's my pleasure to come and bring yet another check. We're finally beginning to get caught up, and I always like to do that.
Sit down and come back.
I can do that. You want me to come and bring another
Yeah.
check? Is that what you think?
Yeah.
Okay. And I just always want to thank the council for the good job that you do trying to make this city better. I think once the roundabouts are built, that everybody that has to go to the nursing home or a doctor's office will be thankful to you for it. We just need to make the project a little further and go down by Dogwood and do the same thing, so that loop back there you can be able to get in and out of. Thank you very much and have a wonderful and Merry Christmas.
Thank you. I believe Freddie?
I'll probably have to join Buddy in my acknowledgement of confusion. With the signing of a resolution, is that the same as taking a vote, or is that saying that a vote has already taken place and this is the documentation of that vote?
Would you like to answer that question?
A vote was previously taken on pursuing the roundabout.
Okay.
The resolution today is an additional vote on the items set forth in the resolution.
Okay. I'd like to draw your attention once again, it's just a point of information, an ordinance as of 11/9/2009. It's got a squiggly mark 2.20-3, section 2-4, comments from public invited. This is what I don't remember. So I don't, also want to make sure that you know, if you have to round back around, called a roundabout. Comments from the public shall be invited at each city council meeting. Comments from the public shall be invited on each agenda item before a final vote is taken on the agenda item. At the close of each council meeting, following the adjournment of the meeting, the council chairperson or the other person presiding at the meeting shall ask for and permit comments, etc., etc. That's what's going on here. My question is, did you conduct a public meeting for public input prior to voting on a motion of which you did a resolution on tonight? If so, what was the date of that meeting? Who made the motion? Who seconded? And where was the public information input prior to that vote conducted? If that's something you need to look into before you actually sign your resolution, or maybe I'm totally misinformed and confused.
Well, I'd like to ask you a question before
Yes,
you
sir.
do that. We advertised this in the newspaper tonight.
Can't hear you.
We advertised this in the newspaper tonight. It was on Channel 13 last night. We got maybe 10 people to show up here tonight. And I have talked, I didn't just do this thing because I hadn't talked to nobody. You'd be surprised at the people I have talked to in this community that are for it. And that some people are against it. I mean, I talked to some elderly women, they scared of it. But if a person don't want to ride through the roundabout, you got 3 ways that you can go without even going through the roundabout. You can go down at Wolf Radio Station, you can go by the National Guard Armory, you can go by the 341. I don't even travel Griffin Street unless I have to because of the traffic jams. That they talk about no traffic jams. I've set up about 8 minutes because I went up there and tried it. I have set up about 8 minutes trying to turn to the left. And I talked to a man that's got a business over there close to you. And he says when he comes to work in the morning, it is happening trying to get across there. So I just wanted you to know that I hadn't treated this thing lightly.
No one's ever said you have.
Well, I just needed to say that.
That's fine, and that's what I appreciate, Mr. Wells. But I also want everyone to know that I haven't stated what I'm for or against. There's an assumption being made.
Well, I believe the first time I talked to you, you was for it. Am I right or wrong?
And then when we start looking at pictures and you figure out what you're in favor of, that's what we're sending, because I cannot get all the story.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
Mr. Freddie, I'm curious, where are you on the roundabout?
I still haven't seen any numbers. I can't look at these conceptual drawings. Y'all said that there were square footages. Are there square footages on there?
that plat.
That's the first time I've seen it. If the square footages are there. So that's where I would need to look at that.
So if all of that does come to fruition, if it
I'm
stays
not
under
gonna
the
say
project
right here like
cost,
a public statement.
I'm just saying, you're saying you hadn't seen the numbers, but based on the design that you've heard, what the project cost could be, would that help comfort you in it?
I'll reserve that for
Okay.
later. This point that I'm trying to draw is procedural. And Rita probably, Ms. Locke would have to be the one to maybe look at it in regard to your ordinance back in October of 2009 as to whether it wasn't properly handled in getting public input prior to taking a vote, of which tonight's resolution is only a confirmation of you saying what you have already done. And that's all I'm asking. I'm just asking you the information for you to make sure that you have followed your own ordinances.
Okay. All right. We thank you. Anybody else? Yes, sir. Whitfield.
Mr. Chairman and members of the City Council, I just want to tell you all thanks again. Those of you that are in the audience that came to the town hall meeting we had a few weeks ago, that part, the first part of last month, thank you. I appreciate your support on that. And I also want to give you an update. We had last week on the 8th, which was Tuesday of last week, we did have 2 of our graduate programs that were approved. We're pleased to announce that. And that was approved by the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools, better known as SACS. That was approved, so now we can move forward with our Master of Science in Information Technology and our Master of Science in Nursing. Both of those classes will be completely online. And we're also looking at 2 other graduate programs, and that'll be also has to be approved. Those 2 are Master of Arts in Teaching and Secondary Education, and also the Master of Science in Management. And we're working with some of the school systems, and they're definitely interested in the Masters of Arts in Teaching and Secondary Education. But again, thanks for your support. As always, we do appreciate it.
Thank you, Andrew.
Just want to say that I'm excited about that because I've applied and was accepted to the Masters in Information Technology program, and I'll be starting in January. So if anybody wants to help with tuition, just after the meeting.
Let me think about that. No. Okay, anybody else like to come up? All right, I need a motion. You like to miss it.
I wasn't gonna miss it, that week. I would like to ask, when did the council or the city receive these plans and what date was that? Does anybody know?
Yes.
That wasn't even finalized until Friday afternoon, and we mounted it this morning.
Okay.
So the city
The
received
has not
it.
received these plans and never seen it.
Not until an hour, 2 hours.
Okay. Question, thank you.
No. Any more questions? None, I need a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Need a second.
Second.
All in favor, raise your hand. So carried by all.